And this roaster will go up to about 25 pounds at its max. We tend to max it out around 22, 23 pounds. But it's got capabilities to do that whole range in between, and we really like that a lot. It gives us a lot of control over what we're doing. Okay. Alright, so first, this is called the charge. We've hit the temperature we want, that we want to drop this in at. So we are now charging. We're going to start the roast. So a small batch like this, we're not going to get really too hot throughout the entirety of the roast. And we're also not going to be manipulating the airflow as much. We want airflow in the drum right away to help basically keep everything very even when we're dealing with a small roast like this. So we're coming down. Like all steps kind of in roasting, where you start is going to dictate everything else that happens after that. So it's pretty important to make sure that your drop temperature in relation to the size of the batch you're roasting is right on. We went a little bit high here, and you can see on our graph we're coming up quite a bit higher than what our profile is set to. So I'm going to have to make some changes to the roast now to try to make sure that we hit the same profile as what we set. Now we've hit our low point. It's the equilibrium now. The temperature of the beans and the temperature of the drum are the same. And from here now we're going to start rising in temperature and really start the roasting phase. So we looked at the two main graphs, right? The beans and the environment, and now you can see this rising green line here. This is our rate of rise, and this is telling us how quickly we're heating up over a period of time. In this case, I believe it's every 20 seconds. So we're rising about 11 degrees every 20 seconds or so, and that will help tell us if we need to go for more heat or less, and it really will tell us what's going to happen later in the roast. Already. Turn our gas up here a little bit. Make a note of it. There we go. That's looking better. If we rise too fast, this graph gets too high here, our rate of rise, it's an indication that we're going to scorch the beans. Apply too much heat, the ends of the beans where the cellular structure is the weakest, and scorch. And then you immediately already have introduced roasty notes into your coffee. So to keep it clean, we try to not go too high there to avoid our scorching. Out here a little bit. We're at 270 degrees on our bean sim, and as we approach 300, we're going to start to see an actual visual change in the beans. We go from that kind of grassy color, that green bean, it's going to start turning yellow. Better light. So we're starting to approach that. And that introduces the start of the Maillard reaction. And the sugars are going to start turning into caramels, and those things are going to produce different compounds. This basically is complexity, this means sweetness, this means a little bit of body in the final result. So we are going to go full air. We now have 100% air going through the drum. It's going to kind of slow it down a little bit. I'm going to go down on my gas as well. So one of the things we've learned by using this software that we didn't really know before is the relationship between the yellow stage, the Maillard reaction, and the first crack stage. We've developed a percentage of one versus the other. And so if we have a longer yellow than we have a first crack, we tend to get a lot more complex coffees out of that. But if we keep it about 50-50, if they have about the same amount of time, we find a great balance in that between sweetness, acidity, and body. And then if the yellow is a little bit less and our first crack's a little bit more, that's a little bit roastier, a lot more body, and a little heavier on the sweetness on that side. So we're learning new tools from this stuff that's allowing us to further manipulate and control the flavors that we get out of it. And you can see now the beans are very yellow, they're starting to turn light brown. At this stage, if I were to take this tree air out, give it a smell, it'd be very sweet, very grassy. Kind of like a spring prairie grass almost. We're not going to do that on the sample roast because it will introduce a lot of cold air into the drum and kind of throw off our profile a little bit. Right along. We'll be looking for first crack in about the next 20 degrees or so. So anything we need to do to kind of prepare ourselves for that. Looks like we're going to land with about 2.5 minutes of yellow. And that will translate really nicely. We should get about 2.5 minutes of first crack out of this too. Very beginning snaps. Hear that? Wow. So that's the start of our first crack. Mark it now. About 380 degrees on this. And yeah, now it's going under rapid physical transformation. The cells are expanding rapidly due to the internal pressure in the bean. They're getting bigger, physically bigger. And this is where we'll see a kind of a bell curve of acidity start. The acidity will actually go up as we enter this stage. But then it will smooth out and drop back down. So we want to make sure we get through that to avoid a real sour taste in our coffees. So we are now entering development stage, and we get to see that as a percentage of our total roast time, as well as an actual amount of time. So we want to get at least 20% development out of this. Stop our gas now. Now we're just going to let the energy inside the beans take over. And they're going to roast themselves through the end of the roast here. Should end up pretty good. See a dramatic drop in our rate of rise, as well as our environment temp. But these beans continue to roast. And we really just kind of want a gentle glide into the finish line here for this guy. And it's going to come out just absolutely where we want it to be. There's a bit of a window you can work with. And for samples, we don't need to hit spot on every single time, as long as we have a very good impression of what we're getting, so we know how to make a smart purchase on our beans. Here we go, I'm about to drop them out. There we go. One-pound batches cool much quicker if you just kind of spread them out over the bin. And you can see, compared to the last one, this is much lighter coffee. There's a lot more of those really strong parchment lines in there. You can tell this is a well-processed coffee. The color's very even across them. That means they were likely all picked at about the right ripeness, processed together, well sorted, which is the sort of coffee that we're looking for. We'll do a visual inspection of this with all of our batches. At times, you get little underdeveloped beans. That one's actually just a little peat berry right there. This guy is just a touch lighter than the rest. This won't really affect the final cup, but if this was a bright yellow bean, that would be called a sour. Super dense, doesn't roast very well. We try to pick those out. This one looks really good. There we go, and it's already cooled down. That looks great. So the coffee we buy is specialty grade. That means it has to have less than 5 defects, 1 major and 4 minor defects per 100 grams, I do believe. Which means there's a pretty small margin of error for sours or broken beans or fungal damage or things like that. So we don't really worry about those sorts of things because the quality of what we buy is